Okay, this is Chef Paul. We're going to be doing cheddar biscuits. We're going to do a simple cheddar cheese biscuit with green onions. It's a little bit different than the rollout style that you would get at Popeyes or Kentucky Fried Chicken. We'll be doing that style later. This is what we call shaggy dough. That means it's going to be wet. We're going to just kind of scoop them after we put this all in, and we'll bake them. So the first thing, these are similar to the ones at Red Lobster. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the butter inside. Well, let me go over what's in here first. I got all the dry ingredients in here, which is basically just flour, baking powder. I got granulated garlic. I got garlic. There's some garlic salt, some cayenne pepper, and baking powder as a leavener, a little bit of sugar. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the butter in here. Okay, I'm going to put the butter in. All right, and this will, and we're just going to kind of mix it so it coats. Again, we're going to get it, I just want it to coat because I'm going to cut it. Remember how we cut? So if you don't, you can use a spoon, but I have one of these. It makes it easier, and you're just gonna cut it. This is how you make, most biscuits, pie dough. You use a little, it's a dough cutter. Just kind of push it through. You want the butter cold, so we're gonna get pea-sized pieces is what we're doing, just like when you do pie dough or when we did scones, very similar to how we did the scones. Get that butter in there in little pea-sized pieces. Kind of pushing it through. Like I said, you can use a fork or you can just use a spoon. And once we get them in pea-sized pieces, which I'm just about there, looks like I'm there, okay. All right, I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we're gonna go to the next step. Okay, so I got it all in here. We got pea-sized pieces. It's just the butter, just like we did the scones. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna add our cheddar cheese. There's a little bit of other cheeses in here. It really doesn't matter. You can put any cheese you want. Got a little cheddar cheese in here, mixing it up. Now I'm gonna put the green onions in here. Mix these in. And you could use if you were doing this, you could also do this with a mixer and just mix it for like 20 seconds or so. I'm just gonna kind of move it around and do this. So I'm just gonna get it all mixed together, kind of get the butter and all that. All right, now we're gonna take this and I'm gonna add the buttermilk to it. All mixed together, and I'm going to mix it some more. I'm going to add this buttermilk, slowly get all the buttermilk inside. I'm going to mix this. And this is going to be wet. This is what they call a shaggy, wet dough. I'm probably going to need to get a rubber spatula, so I have to grab one. All right, so I'm going to get this here. I'm going to grab a rubber spatula, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to continue to mix this. Like I said, if you can do this in a mixer. I may end up just using my hands at this point. You just got to get it all to come together. It's going to be wet. It's supposed to be wet. All right, got to get it all together. It's going to be sticky. Okay, get it all to come together. All right, scoop it. Get it all here. Get it all in there. Get all this. Make sure we get all that buttermilk into it. All of it. There we go. It's going here. I'm going to get it all. Okay, kind of knead it all up. All right. All right. Now I'll show you how we portion it up and bake them. Okay, so you get them out. And if you have a small ice cream scoop, you can use that. Or you just use your hands and just kind of put them on your little plate. I'm going to get them all, and then we're going to bake them in the oven. They take about 15 minutes or so. And so this is what they call a shaggy dough. You see how wet it is? It's not your typical dough you roll out and cut. Okay. So I'll complete these, and then I'll show you before we put them in the oven. All right, so you can see I just kind of balled them up and kind of put them in the oven. If you have a scoop, you could do whatever. So now I'm going to put them in the oven for about 12 minutes, and then when they come out, we're going to brush them with garlic butter. All right, so we baked them. They took about, 12 to 15 minutes. You got that nice browning on them. We brushed them with butter. You can brush them with garlic butter. You got to make sure you get that nice browning on the bottom. Loaded with cheddar. There we go. We're going to serve these with our broccoli soup.